The Minecraft Nether Fortress is one of the most important structures for endgame players. This is the ultimate Minecraft Nether Fortress video for 1.21. First, what even is the Nether Fortress? Well, the Nether Fortress is a large structure made out of nether brick that spawns in Minecraft's Nether dimension. It was added in 2011 in the Minecraft 1.0 update. In modern Minecraft, fortresses spawn in every single nether biome, so you can find them anywhere in the nether, but if you're struggling to find one, don't worry. It's actually pretty easy, despite what a lot of people think. There is a method to find one super quickly, which I'll be demonstrating right now.
First, just to prove to you that you can do this in almost any world, I'm going to create a completely new world with a completely random seed, and I'm going to head into the Nether. And then, once I'm in the Nether, I'm going to make sure that I have easy access to my current coordinates because I will be using them constantly throughout this method. After this, listen closely, and I mean very closely, to this next part. I'm going to travel to a position in the Nether where my Z coordinates show positive 230 or around that number. Then, once my Z is in the correct position, it becomes very simple. I'm just going to travel in a straight line along the x-axis while keeping my Z coordinates at the exact same value, meaning my Z does not change at all while I'm traveling on the x-axis. While I'm traveling, I also need to make sure my Y position is between 60 and 80. If you've traveled a while in one direction of the x-axis while keeping your Z the same and still haven't found a fortress, then try going in the opposite direction and see if you can find a fortress in that direction. And what do you know, I just so happened to find a nether fortress, but say for example that you still haven't found a fortress even when going in both directions of the x-axis. Well, all you have to do is go to a position where your Z equals negative 230 instead of positive 230, and where your X is back in your 0. And then you just have to travel in a straight line in both directions of the x-axis once again, and you should find a fortress that way.
So now that you've found yourself a fortress, let's talk about the layout of this thing, so you're not completely lost trying to explore it. Basically, nether fortresses have two main sections or areas. You have the exterior bit. This part is usually exposed. It will simply contain long and straight bridges or crossroads in all four directions with arches to separate them. The exterior can have one or two blaze spawners. We'll get more into blazes and other mobs that can spawn in the fortress later in the video. Just keep in mind the blaze spawners are pretty much the most important part of the fortress. The interior of the nether fortress will be a sort of rectangular box shaped thing if it's exposed to the surface, and the interior is amazing because here you can find loot chests in the corners that can contain all sorts of valuable items including diamonds and obsidian. There's also iron and extra gear. You also got staircases that have the potential to contain gardens of netherwort and soul sand. This garden is actually the only place to get netherwort in Minecraft besides the bastion, and this is nice because netherwort is pretty much necessary if you want to brew any sort of potion, so this makes the nether fortress a super valuable and OP structure to explore and loot. Keep in mind though, the interior of the fortress can be extremely maze-like, so I'd recommend marking any dead end you've been in with a block when you're raiding it. Just makes it so much easier to find your way out. Nether fortresses don't always generate with both an interior and exterior. Sometimes it's just one, but that's rare. And sometimes two nether fortresses can spawn right next to each other. Yes, this is possible, although rare, leading to one giant fortress for you to explore. Now, let's discuss the 5 different mobs you can find in the nether fortress and how to defeat them. First, let's start with skeletons. These are literally just basic skeletons, and you could defeat them pretty easily even without a ton of gear. If you really want to mitigate their threat, simply simply bring a shield with you to the fortress and you'll be completely fine. Wither skeletons are a bit scarier though. These guys have stone swords and will sprint at you upon detection. They can do up to 6 hearts of melee damage depending on the difficulty, and they will also inflict a 10-second wither effect when they hit you. This wither effect turns your health bar black and slowly chips away at your health. Although it lasts a short time, you can die from this effect if you were already low on health, and on top of that, it's quite difficult to see your health bar at all because of the color, so if you're low on health, you might not even realize it. But although dangerous, wither skeletons are extremely valuable because if you kill them, they can give you wither skeleton skulls, which help you summon the wither. So because of that, here are 3 super easy ways to kill them off efficiently. First of all, if you're fighting them on the exterior, get away and use a bow, because wither skeletons are generally pretty slow and they are pretty much harmless from a decent range. Wither skeletons can also spawn on the interior of the Nether fortress too though, so what I'd recommend is whenever you turn a corner, just have your shield up. Their attack speed is also really slow, so if you just block their first attack, it's quite easy to get the upper hand on them after that. And one cool thing about wither skeletons is that they are actually 2.5 blocks tall, meaning they can't fit in 2 block tall gaps. So when one is chasing you, if you just place blocks to create a 2-block gap, the wither skeleton will be stuck and you can just kill it off really easily. There's also this spot right behind the netherwart garden. If you just run right through here with a wither skeleton chasing you, they won't be able to continue, and again, you can just kill them. If you get hit with wither, you can use milk buckets, super easy way to just get rid of it. Zombie pigmen are up next. These guys are neutral, meaning they won't attack you unless you attack them. However, especially on Java editions, sometimes you can accidentally hit them while fighting another mob. So just avoid hitting mobs near zombie pigmen and you'll be completely fine. Magma cubes are a super annoying mob. Thankfully, they don't spawn that frequently. These guys are like super versions of slimes that not only jump high, but also do a ton of damage. They can also just completely demolish your shield if you hold it up, which sucks. So again, the best way to deal with them is to just use a ranged weapon. They are astronomically slow, even compared to wither skeletons, so they will never pose a threat to you if you're more than 5 blocks away. They do also drop magma cream, which can make fire resistance potions, which is pretty useful. And then the blaze. These guys are the most valuable mob in the Nether fortress since they drop blaze rods when killed. Blaze rods have many uses, including for brewing. They make brewing stands. You can also craft them into blaze powder, which can fuel brewing stands, make strength potions, and craft eyes of ender, which you can use to find a stronghold and enter the end dimension. Blazes are a pain to fight though. They spawn naturally in the fortress and from blaze spawners in the exterior area, and their main attack is charging up for a few seconds by setting themselves on fire and then rapidly spitting out 3 fireballs in quick succession at you. If you're hit with one of them, you will take a good amount of damage and catch on fire. They also have a pretty strong melee attack if you get too close as well. There are a few ways to deal with them though. If you want, you can bring fire resistance potions, again made with magma cream. This completely negates all of their fireball damage, but if you don't have that, you can also just use blocks when dealing with them, give yourself cover from their fireballs, and then you can just engage them in a ranged battle with a bow. By the way, be careful because if you take cover, a blaze can still hold its fireball ready and release it as soon as you pop out. If you don't have blocks or potions though, simply wait a few seconds and then strafe around a bunch. That makes their fireball attack less accurate, so at least you have a better chance of not being hit, and you can also use a shield to just straight up block their attacks as well. In soul sand valleys and warped forests, nether fortresses spawn more mobs than usual since there's less hostile mobs in these biomes, so the fortress is able to spawn more. This means fortresses in these biomes are usually the best, especially for speedrunning. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please consider dropping a like and a sub, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.